Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today as we take a look at our summer release here at Xceed 2025 V3. Already our third release this year, so we're quite happy about that. And even though summer is almost over, we worked really hard to cram as many functionalities as possible so that you can get the most value out of our Xceed product line. So my name is Matt. I work as Director of Technology at Xceed. And if you stick around, we'll take a look at all that's changed over the course of the last few months. All right, and welcome back to the video. So what we're going to be doing now is that we're going to go over the major functionalities of this release. I cannot go through all the details because that would be too long, but you will find a link to the release notes at the bottom of the video inside the description. So if you have if you require more details about a change, you should go visit the link below. All right, so the first product I want to talk about is Xceed Words for .NET. That remains one of our more popular products here at Xceed. So we keep giving it a lot of love and attention. For example, we added support for new charts. For example, the combo charts are now supported in the Word document. It's a request that we've received, so we added that. We've also been working on improving how watermarks work on our product. We felt it was lacking some flexibilities and some options, if you want. So we worked on that feature as well. So now there's more ways that you can add your own personal watermarks to a Word document. We've also worked on improving the document splitting. So now it's much easier if you have a single Word document that you need to split in multiple. It's much easier to do it now. Of course, when it comes to HTML and PDF, those things always require tweaks. So we added a whole bunch of tweaks to our PDF export and some to our HTML as well. These features will always require adjustment because there's just so many options possible out there. Moving on to Xceed Workbooks for .NET, that is at version 2. So no changes there, except for the fact that we worked on better supporting .NET 9 and beyond. So if you're working with more recent versions of .NET, there was a few minor adjustments that we needed to bring. You'll find more details in the release notes. Also note that Workbooks is still a young product at Xceed, so maybe you're not quite familiar with it. But if you require any form of Excel sheet manipulation, so for automation or anything, I highly recommend looking at Xceed Workbooks for a .NET that is now at version 2.0. All right, moving on to Xceed SFTP for .NET. This one, it's always a little bit more complicated when the time comes to talk about encryption, so I won't go into much details. Again, the release note will do that for you. But suffice to say that we added new secure ways to do some of the encryption, so our key exchange is something that we worked on. A lot of our customers of that product are in the financial field or other fields that have very sensible data. So we constantly need to keep up to date to make sure that your data is encrypted and secure. So that's good. All right, now we're going to go into our WPF product line, starting with Xceed Toolkit Plus for WPF. So there's a lot of minor changes that you'll see in there. Some of them are related to the rich text box. We added flexibility there, and there's all sorts of little tweaks and adjustments that we brought. We also did a change when it comes to supporting multiple versions of the data grid inside your application. So some of our users add Xceed Data Grid 7.x, for example, with the toolkit version, and that created conflict. So now we work to make sure that it works more elegantly when you have two versions of our same products inside your application. Which brings me to talk about the Xceed Data Grid for WPF version 7.3. Again, these are minor changes when it comes to the Xceed Data Grid for WPF. But one thing I wanted to mention is that right now at Xceed, we have pretty much opened up the code from the product and looking for ways to optimize memory management and performance. So there's a lot of new things that were brought up in the past few years in C#. So we want to see, is there anything worth investigating for us that will make the data grid more performance and keeping it young and fresh for those of you who have the blueprint version and would like to see some advantages to using the new C# version inside this product. So that's something that we're focusing on. So you can expect a new version of the data grid that might benefit from all of that in the future. So that's it for the major functionalities at Xceed. So you might be wondering, like, what's next for us? What are we working on right now? So right now we're working on a new product that should be released before the end of the year. That will be part of our document manipulation product line. I don't want to mention what it is more specifically for now because we're still very much in the development process of it. Suffice to say that it's something that many of you need on a daily basis. When we did our conference last year, it is a product that people constantly asked us about. So I'm really excited to be able to talk about this product probably in the next video that will be for our 2025 V4. So we expect to have another release with a whole bunch of features for all of our products, our major products at Xceed, before the holiday season. So there you have it. Again, if you have any questions, suggestions, please don't hesitate to drop me a line at matt@xceed.com. It'll be my pleasure to exchange with you on anything related to our product lines. So thank you so much for joining me today, and happy coding.